Midway through my first year of the TFA program, I was teaching a Year 7 class, and a particular student would often come in complaining about how hungry he was. And he had quite a few behavioural problems, easily distracted, wouldn't sit in his seat, constantly wandering around the room, and that. It's probably the start of the idea that I got a breakfast club in my head, because I knew I could pinpoint that I had a student that wasn't eating and he was having behavioural problems in the classroom. That started getting me to think about what I could do. Then I got the information about the mid-year event for TFA and this pitch night, and how you can bring an opportunity that you think could impact your school in a positive way. And in my head it was like the stars have aligned. I've got this idea about breakfast club over here, and then TFA is going to potentially support it with some money. Turned out everyone else seemed to like the idea, because then I was handed the $350 gift card. That's the start of it. Started where it all started. And like many things up here, I immediately went to my school mentor, Sarah, to say, hey, I did this, what do I do next? And she was like, we should probably figure out who you need to talk to. And it ended up being the then manager, student support manager, Tegan Walker. Off I went down there, not really sure what I was expecting, and then on a whiteboard in her office, she'd already written Breakfast Club and had been brainstorming ideas, and she's like, yeah, awesome, I'm really glad about this opportunity and that you're keen to get this started at the school. It's something that we definitely really want to support and get going, because really can see that it will have a positive impact on the students. So when it first started, we were half operating from food bank donations and half operating using student support money to fill in the gaps that we needed. He talked about reaching out to local businesses because they're always happy to try and support the school. And she reached out to a few, and the one that got back to her is the current main sponsor of Breakfast Club, which is Grey Mining, which I have since learned that they are a gold mining company setting up a mine just outside of Port Hedland. And so they came on board and brought up a partnership agreement, and we're like, we'll give you $10,000 and we'll also give you a freezer if you pick one. And that really was the catalyst for us to expand, because that allowed us to start offering much more appealing offerings to the students. The funding from De Grey allowed us to get things like yogurt, fresh fruit, watermelon, and also to buy toasty makers and bread, which allowed us to start using the food bank donations of baked beans and spaghettis to make fresh, warm toasties for them. So in term 4, we probably had about the same 15 students that would be coming to Breakfast Club each time throughout the term. Whereas I look to the point now where we've gone from 15 students to, I'd say, probably 150 students would be serving. So both I and the school separately won awards from Food Bank. The school won one for the Breakfast Club program, and I won Food Bank Volunteer of the Year for the Pilbara region. My classes, particularly my Year 8, I'd say they're definitely in the sleeping in category, so often don't really have time to get breakfast before coming to school. So being able to walk in at 8 o'clock and having the food there, then going off to period 1, I've really seen increase in that particular Year 8 class's engagement. So I think in that small example, I think it's definitely showing a positive impact on students in the classroom. And then the other goal that it's really achieved for me is helping build relationships between myself and students, and also between students and between other staff members and the students.